Hi everyone, welcome to new Python tutorial. Today I am going to talk about object-oriented programming session. The goal of this session is to explain the object-oriented programming feature like inheritance, encapsulation and the polymorphism. I will explain each concept with the help of example. So let us start the discussion with the help of first topic, that is inheritance. Inheritance is a method of inheriting the property of parent class into the child class called as an inheritance. There are many benefits of using inheritance. The first benefit is code reusability. We do not have to write the code again and again, just inherit the property into the child class. Second benefit of the using inheritance is transitive in nature. So I will take a very simple example to understand the concept of inheritance. So try this inheritance. So we'll start the discussion of inheritance through the coding. Now here we will take example, that is, let's say class university, that is the base class, which consists of certain method inside it. So first I'll use a constructor that will initialize some members inside the class. So CT and the type are the two members here I'll take inside the class. Within that constructor we can initialize the value to that member. CT is equal to CT and the next parameter is CT type is equal to C type. So these are the two attributes for the constructor. Next I'll write a function for the base class. The name of the function is, let's say, base function, and within that function I just use a print statement which will indicate that this function belongs to base function, the base function. Now we are going to create a new class and all the members of this university class will be inherited into the derived class. So I'll create a class and let's say class is, let's say, Pune University. So I'll take the name is Pune and I'll inherit all the members of this university class into the derived class. So the name of the derived class is Pune and inherit the member of base class university inside the Pune class. So the member of this derived class. So I just create again a constructor which will take the members. Let's say first member is, let's say I want to use a CT, then I want to use a C type, and then I have to use the number of students. So already I declare the two members CT and C type in the base class. So I'm not going to initialize the member again. I just use the member of the base class into the derived class. So by using the super keyword, we can access all the member of the base class into the derived class. So by using super method, I can access the member of the base class. So just I'm going to use the inheritance and the name of member. So that two members are, let's say, CT and C type. So these two members we are going to access from the base class. And one more member here is number of students. So I'm going to assign the value for that variable. Number of student is equal to number of student. So now these two members can be easily accessed in the derived class. Now we'll take one more function in the derived class and name of the function is, let's say, college name, which is under the derived class, and inside that I just write a statement, College of Engineering. Now this is my base class and the derived class which consists of certain methods. So now I have to call all the methods of the base class and the derived class. For that purpose I have to create a class object. Without class object we cannot call the. So what are the method we declare within the class require the parameter, and that parameter is the itself that method. So self is the parameter required for both the method. So here I use the self as one more parameter so that method belongs to the class. Now I create a class object. Let's say class object is P1. I'll create a class object P1 and which will create the member of the derived class. So whenever I create the derived class object, it requires three parameters, CT, C type and the number of students, so that the values get automatically initialized to that member. So first parameter is CT. Let's say its CT name is Nasik, and let's say CT type is, college type is, let's say, engineering college, and number of students inside the college is, let's say, 500. So this is the data that I pass to the object, so that the constructor will automatically initialize CT, C type and the number of students to the P1. Now P1 can access all the members of the base class as well as the derived class. So I can use P1 dot and I can access the base function name. So just I'll use base function and I complete the code. I just save the code and I compile it. I'll get the output. The function is called from the base function. So now you can easily observe that I just create the object of derived class and access the member of the base class, because I inherit this university class into this derived class, that is the Pune. So all the member of the base class now easily accessible into the derived class. That is the property of inheritance. Now we can call another method. Let's say I want to call the derived class method. So I can use a P1 dot college name. So that data will going to be print College of Engineering. So again I save the code and I compile it. I'll get a 2 line. The base function is called by using this line, and the College of Engineering we can call by using this object P1 college name. So likewise we can call one by one all the method of the base class or the derived class. So this is a type of inheritance that we can use in the Python. So hope you understand this. If you have any kind of a doubt in this inheritance, you can write in the comment section. Coming towards the next feature of the object-oriented programming is polymorphism. There are so many benefits of using polymorphism. One of the benefit is common interface for multiple form. So it is use of common interface for multiple forms, or we can say the data type. It is also considered as a many forms. So it means same name function can be used for different types. Let us take an example to show the polymorphism with a class. First of all, I just comment to this code so that I can take an example of polymorphism. Now here I'll take one more class for a polymorphism. Let's say class name is Maharashtra, and which consists of two different methods, capital and within that I just print the capital of Maharashtra, that is Mumbai, and I'll take one more method of, let's say name method is language. The language talk in the Maharashtra is, or generally speak, language in Maharashtra is Marathi. So here I'll use the statement Marathi using the Maharashtra. So these two different methods, one is capital, other is language in the class Maharashtra. So I'll take one more class, and the name of the class is, let's say other state Gujarat, and within that I can again take a same method name, that is capital, and here I just write a print statement. Within that print I just write the capital of the Gujarat, that is Gandhinagar, and I use another method, that is language, using the Gujarat state. Native language is Gujarati, so I just write the statement Gujarati is the native language for the state Gujarat. So these two different classes, one is Maharashtra, other is Gujarat, which consist of same name method, capital language, capital language. So I can access this member through the class object. So I'll create a two different object first for the state Maharashtra, and the second object for the state Gujarat. Here these two objects, one is for the class Maharashtra and other is for the state Gujarat. Now I can iterate all the methods one by one from both the class through the object. So I can use an iterative loop. I have to print all the data which belongs to the method capital and language from the both the class. So I use a for state in. Now I have to mention both the state object. So what are that object? Object Maharashtra, comma object Gujarat. So I use these two objects to print the data, and within that I have to just call the name of the method, state dot capital and state dot language. Just I save the code and I run the code. You can see first state Maharashtra object is get called and the capital is going to be print, that is Mumbai, and the language is using the Maharashtra, Marathi in Maharashtra. Similarly, again, next time when it get calls, call the method of this Gujarat class. Capital of the Gujarat is Gandhinagar and the language used in the Gujarat is Gujarati. So that method have many forms in the different class, and we can easily access that method outside the class using the object. So this is the one of the feature polymorphism in object-oriented programming. Still, if you have any kind of a doubt, you can write in the comment section, so I'll give a more explanation of your doubt about the polymorphism. I hope you like the content or I save your time. Please support the video by sharing with your friends. If you not subscribe my channel yet, then please do subscribe and press the notification bell icon to get the latest information. Thanks for watching this video.